Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Finger Guns with Tony, Dave, and James. I'm your co-host and stellar good boy, Jimmy, and I'm here with
Big Tasty Tony B.
Hell yeah, always hitting his marks, Tasty Tony B, and
Dave,
look at this fucking waffling.
Dave the Foxcatcher.
The Foxcatcher.
Yes.
The Foxcatcher in the Rye?
I guess so. I was going to go with Dave, the Fantastic Mr. Dave, but I didn't think it worked.
No, it's too deep. It doesn't, it's not referential enough.
I know. There was an incident with a fox today, and it was just roaming around in the backyard, and he just owns the place. And then I found out that it's illegal to move healthy foxes, so you just kind of leave it alone.
Yeah, so you decided that the best thing to do for this woodland creature was to try to call animal control.
I just wanted to make sure he would be okay.
And your question was, is it going to eat a cat?
It might.
Or a small baby?
It might.
The small baby bit, really.
Really, yeah.
I just didn't. I just don't understand how she told me it was illegal to move healthy ones, and then followed it up with, but you could call a private firm and they might charge money. And I was like, you just told me it was illegal. Why would you tell me to do something that's still illegal?
Well, yeah, because, she's a shill for the private,
I guess so.
For the private industry.
There's a privatization in the animal control industry.
Well, no, there's like the citywide animal control that deal with most of it. In their time, but there has to be certain specifications. If the fox was injured, they would come down. But because he was healthy, he just had to roam. And I was like, how am I going to know? And she said, well, you can.
Does it look injured?
Does he look injured? I was like, what do you want me to do? Go outside and ask?
Hi.
Do you want some food? Do you want a blanket?
Stay red.
You're not supposed to feed them.
Yeah. That's why I said blanket.
But she also said that you're not supposed to move coyotes. And I know coyotes do eat small animals.
Well, yeah, but that's a coyote.
Small children.
This was a fox.
He was a majestic fox.
You didn't go out and ask what the fox says.
I did not.
Oh.
I did not.
Well.
Curious what the fox says.
There we go.
That's Quentin. Quentin knows what the fox says.
Quentin does know what the fox says. He does. He will tell you what the fox says. He was very upset when he came home because Mr. Fox was not in the backyard to find him.
That sucks.
But it was only because it's dark. Like, he might still be back there.
That's true. He could be. Could be hiding out in the playhouse. You never know.
He lives there now.
Yes, he could be playing in the playhouse. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I just don't want him to have his fox family back there. Okay,
he's not going to have a fox family.
I have enough.
He's one of him.
How do you know his family's not around?
They would have been.
Maybe they went bowling.
Maybe they did.
They could have gone bowling, but like there's a family of raccoons that turns up every so often. Like, is there going to be a turf war now?
It could be.
You never know. It could be West Side Story.
I'm going to go out. I'm going to look on the camera. The raccoon's going to be fucking snapping his fingers, and the foxes come out, and they're just like, they got shivs.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I go out there. When I go out there the next day, there's dead raccoons everywhere.
Yeah, you're the infirmary. You got to go clean up the bodies and nurse the wounded. And
there's just the one fox who's just
send them back out to the front lines.
The one fox is standing on top of a bunch of raccoon corpses. He looks at me, and we just
it's gonna be a whole Passion Dale moment. And
the battle flute.
Oh my god!
Muskets at dawn.
Yeah.
It's still my favorite part in Fantastic Mr. Fox, when we just look at each other, raise their arms in solidarity.
It's the best. That good wolf. I want to talk about some other movies though, instead of Fantastic Mr. Fox and your woodland creature adventures.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about my woodland creature adventures.
That's when Alyssa should have gone outside in the backyard to see if she could be like full Disney princess and just like started bringing all of the woodland creatures towards her.
She wanted it to go outside and pet it. She thought it was the cutest thing ever.
They are cat dogs.
Yeah. It stretched,
yeah,
and it looked like 3 or 4 wiener dogs. Like, it was fucking huge. His asshole was way over here, and his head was over here.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
They're part doggo, but they're also mostly cat.
The more you know.
Yeah. The more you know.
Apparently.
You want to?
Yeah. Let's get on. Let's get on. We don't need to keep talking about Fox.
Thank God. Thank God. Do we want to do a little bit of a normal thing today?
Yeah. Yeah, we could do that.
Best, may, worst?
Yeah, we could do that.
Before we do that, though,
what? We have our editorial section.
We have to address a few comments.
Oh,
We've
okay.
been called out by two people.
Oh,
corrections.
2 people.
Separate people or same person?
2 different people.
Okay.
2 different people.
Were they from Finland?
They were not from Finland.
Damn it. Don't want to hear it.
We have one new listener who says that we were wrong when we said that Goofy is a dog. He says that apparently Goofy is a cow. And if you look this up on Google, it is a highly debated topic.
I have heard
see,
that.
I don't want to, I'm not here to wade into the controversy of
Goofy's
the
girlfriend is a
species.
cow. I do know
we
that.
know that. We know that.
We know this.
But
yes.
We know this.
You know what? Bring them on.
We're going to bring them on?
We will debate.
We will debate.
Whether
Alright.
Goofy is a dog.
Could watch
or
the
not.
Goofy movie and try to figure it out.
So, friend of the podcast, Chris,
Yeah.
if you're listening to this, we are calling you out, sir. Feel free to come onto the podcast, and we will debate this at length.
Yeah, I'll sit here and moderate because I don't really give a shit either way. If Goofy ends up being a cow, I don't think anything in my life is going to significantly change.
Aren't cows all women? Isn't it the bull is the man?
Yes, technically.
I guess. Yeah.
Because when you impregnate the cow, you got to bring in the bull.
Right?
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
But
Or
Goofy's
just one human with a long glove on.
Yeah,
so
or
Goofy's
that.
just a male no. Goofy is most certainly not a bull.
Dave is calling shenanigans.
I am
on
calling
I don't know about
shenanigans.
I don't know enough about cows. Oh my God, you're wearing a Goofy shirt.
I actually am.
He is actually wearing a Goofy shirt. Holy shit.
I didn't realize I
Just-
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing a lot of cow, but I understand cow.
He's got the flappy ears. Cows don't have
Yeah.
flappy ears.
I don't know. But do dogs have floppy ears that long? I guess some of them do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that? Is it a dash hound?
It still doesn't make anything
Bloodhound?
more. It still doesn't make anything more clear if he takes Pluto out for a walk.
No, it doesn't.
It's yeah.
That's weird.
It's
It's still
yeah.
weird that a mouse would be taking a dog out for a walk too.
It's all weird.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense at all.
I don't think it has to.
No, it doesn't. It's Disney. They just make
Donald-
up the rules.
And Donald Duck doesn't wear pants.
Donald Duck doesn't wear pants.
Never has.
Yeah. We should
Give
all
us
take a page out of Donald Duck's book.
Just Donald Duck it all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't walk up into public.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
fine.
Or
that's
you
not-
could.
Wear a
or you
tight little
could.
blue shirt and
Yeah.
a little hat.
Little hat. The most obscene blue hat.
Yeah.
What was the second
Second comment
Mhm.
is it from a new listener.
Uh-huh.
So two new listeners.
2 new listeners.
I love it.
Thank
Thank you for listening.
This one says
Yeah.
that she has problems differentiating between the 3 of us.
Between the 3 of us?
Between the 3 of us,
No.
especially myself and Dave.
Okay, especially. I was going to say because that's always been the problem for a lot of people that don't exactly know who you are.
Yes, exactly.
But for the seasoned among us, God, it's painfully clear.
Yeah.
Like, are we gonna have to just be like, "This is Dave speaking right now," and
This is your man, Big Tasty, speaking.
like, is that what we're gonna have to do?
You know what? I'll just be more animated, more of an ass, just, make.
Do you want me to
I mean,
bring on my pompous voice and speak like
no,
a critic?
just keep coughing away over there, Chuckles
all right,
Magoo.
all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's,
your
that's how
fucking
we'll know. Your fucking
Harvey
perpetual cough.
Firestein voice, man.
I don't want to have the Harvey Firestein
Oh,
voice
man,
again.
that was
Do you
like-
remember that?
God, we went and saw Bad Boys for Life.
Oh,
and
it was
Dave
a
comes
magical
in
moment.
and just like, hey, how you doing?
That was bad, man.
I'm really excited to see this movie. Are you, Dave? I think you might be dying. Is it cancer? It might be.
I couldn't speak.
Let's not
I literally
bring that
couldn't
up.
speak. I literally didn't have a voice for like 6 weeks.
Yeah, because you were the original patient 0 for COVID. This we
Apparently.
know.
apparently.
Let's prove
And I got it at fucking Disneyland
Yeah.
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 after I met fucking Goofy.
Fucking
So
goofy.
No,
So-
actually, it
so-
might have been Donald Duck. I don't know.
All right.
Oh, so the jump was an avian jump.
Patient Zero
From
was
Donald Duck to
either
Dave.
Goofy or Donald Duck.
Yeah. Either way, it crossed species.
Yes.
And then Dave brought it home with him.
Yep.
Like a fucking chump.
I just remember when
Damn
I went
you.
when I went to urgent care and they were just like, so it's not quite the flu and it's not pneumonia. We don't really know what it is. And I was like, that's not helpful. Not helpful at all. And then you look up at the TV ticker and it's just like mysterious new
Mysterious
disease. Mysterious virus going through China.
Wuhan province. Like,
What a time. What a time.
we all remember. So, okay, so differentiating voices is a problem.
Yes.
But
Yes.
especially for you two, which
Apparently.
I never have seen it. I've never understood it.
I don't understand it, but you know what? If it's said,
You know what?
we gotta
got
do it.
I know what it is. I know what
Yeah.
you have to do.
What?
You have to go back to the Tony Bottle and whisper voice. Hey, I'm doing pretty good, thanks.
Yeah.
Like you've always just been briefly woken up from a nap.
Why don't we just get you like a can of helium and you just huff it every few minutes?
Okay. Yeah, because I'm sure that will be good for my health.
Okay, fine.
If the marijuana doesn't kill me, Dave.
Not the helium. Then we'll get you a can of whipped cream. You turn it upside down. You just start doing whippets in the corner.
I have
Well,
whipped cream upstairs.
All right,
actually.
so Whippets brought to you by Finger Guns.
I love it.
Emma, if you're listening, we will do our best to differentiate our voices. But thank you for the note.
If you couldn't tell, that was Tony Baldwin speaking. This is James speaking. And I think I got a pretty good differentiated radio voice.
Yeah, I think you're fine.
I put it on.
I think you're fine. Yeah.
You got to have a radio voice. What are you
got to.
doing?
You
I
got
was
to.
told I would. Yeah, I was told I had a face for radio.
Well, yeah.
Rough.
Well, this we've known for years.
It's true. It's true. I was actually pretty good at radio too.
Wrong career choices, Holmes. Could have been on the radio.
Could have.
We've been doing this podcast for 2 years. I think he's doing pretty well for himself.
Well, now, yeah.
Now.
We had to create the radio station for him.
Of
but
course.
I know he just gets to pontificate from his lofty critiques of movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his Rolodex of film knowledge
Yeah.
Like a pompous ass.
that he
Yes.
continually rubs in my face every day that we play the fucking Movie Grid game. Speaking of plug for
Yes.
Movie Grid.
Yeah.
Big .io.
Yeah.
They are killing the game. That is.
Go have some
that's
fun.
wonderful. That's wonderful. It's
Go have
wonderful.
some fun. Test your film knowledge. See if you can beat us.
And
Mhm.
throw your phone across the room when you get it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. When you forget what a drama is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or what they consider a drama to
I
be.
really want to know what the fuck they consider a drama.
So what? One of y'all put E.T. today, and I was like, E.T. It's like a family movie. What drama?
That is definitely
It's
not a drama.
serious drama.
There's a couple of them that I've just been like, huh.
Name one movie Chris Rock has been in that's a drama. Has he ever done a drama?
I got it right.
I did too.
Because of what they classify as a fucking drama.
Dolomite's pretty good towards a drama. That's
Really?
That's more of a comedy.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's a comedy.
It's a
It's a-
dramedy.
it's a
dramedy.
It's
It's a
literally
dramedy.
as much of a drama as what did I pick? Top 5? Like, come on.
Top
Yeah.
5 isn't really a comedy though.
It's not really a drama either.
What would you classify it as?
Have you seen Top 5?
I have.
Do you remember Top 5?
I remember there's a lot of discussions about people making top 5s.
Okay.
That actually isn't Sandler in it. We could have used that one for Sandler. That you know what? That would have killed.
Oh, yeah, that
would've
definitely
killed.
that would have had no.
That would've
That would have been
killed.
points.
Nobody would have fucking put that in there. You would have crushed.
Would have
Instead of
crushed.
just briefly crushing, you
Yeah.
would have crushed.
I don't care. I won the day. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah. Shut up. You've been winning the day.
At least you
Yeah.
didn't. At least you didn't pull an Avnish.
Oh, our
Yeah.
poor sweet boy.
We gotta toughen him up a little bit.
We do. We do.
My sweet boy. Sweet summer child. He'll get there.
You'll get there.
He'll get there. I believe in him.
I like that he called it from before he even played. He's like, this one's gonna be rough. I was like, buddy, it's not that hard. This one's pretty easy. Chris
This is
Rock
one of the
Drew
easier
Barrymore,
ones.
like Christopher Walken. These are easy. These are pulls, man. You could easily do this one. Nope.
Nope.
I was way off.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. I love you, buddy. But
you're such a
we
good
gotta work.
dude.
We gotta work on it.
We'll get you there.
We'll get you there.
I'm in your corner as the only other person in that chat that doesn't want a single game. So I'm with you.
You're pulling decent numbers, though.
And the exclusion from the here's how many people won count. Fuck yourselves.
Haters gonna hate.
I'm gonna. So who wants to lead us out with the best?
I guess I can.
Sure.
So what was her name? Emma? Is that her name?
Emma, yes.
Okay. So Emma, this is Dave speaking. And my best is we were talking about Wes Anderson earlier for Fantastic Mr. Fox, and I finally decided to revisit my absolute number one favorite Wes Anderson film of all time, Rushmore, and it's still just as good as the day I saw it the first time way back in the 90s.
On TMN, right?
On TMN. Yeah, the movie network.
Yeah.
It was a TIFF too.
Oh, fuck. I'm not surprised at all.
That would have been a good one to watch. But
Truly.
I know some people don't like this movie because, Max Fisher is truly an unlikable character. But Schwartzman is just so fucking good in it. Bill Murray is incredible in this movie. And just Wes Anderson hasn't quite figured out the formula yet.
Right.
So he's still toying with it.
Yeah.
And it's not, so when you're watching it and then you watch Grand Budapest or fucking Asteroid City,
it's like Whiplash.
It's Whiplash because you could see now he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So there's some charm in the fact that he's still fucking figuring it out.
Yeah. Hasn't honed his style completely.
He hasn't honed it all.
Well, and I mean, you say Asteroid City, where it's just he's gone completely off the rails and is self-referential to the point of madness at this point. But
it's true. It's true. And having watched Royal Tenenbaums earlier this year, I think that is probably his best film. I think. I would go to bat and say that's his best film that he ever did.
Yeah.
But Rushmore's my favorite. I love it so much, and it's infinitely quotable. The soundtrack is awesome, and just
I'm a Darjeeling Life Aquatic guy till I die.
Yeah, I do love Darjeeling.
There's just something special about it. But I get it. I understand where you're coming from with Tenenbaums and Rushmore.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
But yeah, and just he's like, wow, I thought you're supposed to dress up today. It was a black tie. He says something like that, and he's just like, what are you wearing? Oh, well, these are OR scrubs. Oh, are they? That's
brilliant. So good.
So good.
So good.
Were you in the shit? Yeah, I was in the shit.
So good.
It's just, there's just so much. So much.
It's a good one. I definitely want to revisit it for sure.
It's good shit. Good shit. And the Criterion Blu-ray is quite extensive and quite lovely.
I love that.
And they have the, I guess I don't know how this was the crossover, but they had, how he does plays in the movie, right? Yeah. So the MTV Movie Awards got them to put on different plays for the promos. Yeah. So he does Armageddon, which you're just okay.
Yeah.
I don't see the correlation, but sure, MTV,
sure,
go off.
Why not? Whatever.
Go off.
If you want to do it.
There's two other ones, but the one that stands out in my head is Armageddon.
Yeah, of course, because it's
fucking
silly.
ridiculous.
That'd be funny.
Armageddon's silly enough on its own.
It's true.
Throw it in play. Actually, though, if they did a Armageddon the musical on Broadway, I'd go see it. That sounds preposterous.
Is it just as preposterous as the fact that Armageddon was part of the Criterion Collection?
Yeah, that still doesn't make any sense to me.
They need to re-release it on 4K.
They do need to put that out on 4K.
Criterion.
Yeah.
Hear our prayers.
You know what? I always wait for the 50% off sales. I'd buy it full price.
Yeah.
Full price for Armageddon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't want to close my eyes.
Nice.
No,
I'm sorry.
I found actually, just because you mentioned that before we go over to whoever wants to go next, apparently that was inspired by James Brolin. I think it's James Brolin.
Yeah.
He said something like that to Barbara Streisand.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to close his eyes because he wants to see her all the time. And that helped inspire
the
Lord. Lyrics for that song.
Okay.
How'd that end up with Steven Tyler?
Well, I don't think Steven Tyler wrote it. I think Diane Warren wrote it.
You say this person's name like I'm supposed to know who that is.
She's been nominated like 14 times for Best Song.
Okay.
Like literally, they just nominate her for funsies now for movies that nobody's seen.
So she is the Meryl Streep of Best Original Song
but
category.
She's never won.
But she's never won.
She's never won. So she's not the Meryl Streep.
So she's the Alfred Hitchcock of...
I would say she's more like the Roger Deakins.
Yeah. No, but Deakins has won.
Yeah, but it took him how long?
He's still won. You're saying this person hasn't won. You can't compare them.
Fine.
Sorry, buddy.
Fine. The Amy Adams.
There we go.
Or no. The Glenn Close.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't ever love giving Dave a point on anything, but yeah, Diane Warren wrote. I don't want to miss a thing.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
hilarious.
Yeah, performed by
Steven Tyler.
Performed by Steven Tyler.
Fantastic.
Produced by Matt Serletic. If anybody cares, not that I do, but I'm just saying.
I'm pretty sure she got nominated for that movie too.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did.
James, hit us with your best.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what I want to talk about for my best?
Yeah. What?
I want to talk about The Killer.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Finch.
The Finch. I didn't really know what I was kind of getting into when I started it. I'd watched some Fincher kind of previously to kind of re-prepare myself. And by some Fincher, I mean, I watched, I think, The Social Network, and I think that's where I got to.
You watched Zodiac 2 recently.
Oh, I did watch Zodiac 2 this year. You're right. Thank you for remembering that. It's been a long time. And I love Zodiac.
There was a sequel to Zodiac?
Zodiac 2. Yeah.
Didn't they say enough with the first one?
No. Well, they never solved it. Anyway, The Killer. Yeah. Did not know exactly what I was going to get into, which I'm actually kind of happy about because as much as it was the Michael Fassbender all narration hour, I loved this fucking movie.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. Like he narrates everything, and he's got these like stupid funny little rules that he has and like uses to like make sure that he stays on point and, you know, gets his target and gets his thing. And then none of them work ever.
Literally breaks every single
rule all the time. He's like, stay focused, don't make a sound, and then a noise. And it's just like, man, like it's frustrating to watch, but also fucking hilarious as hell. Brutal at times. Like the entire fight scene that takes place in the Florida house is
with the brute.
Woof.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
Yeah.
Everything that takes place, like there's just so many moments, and like the things that he does to like get in and out of places is great and excellent.
The fucking dinner scene with
Tilda Swinton.
That's the most intense part of the movie.
Absolutely. Tilda remains one of like the best working actors.
Yeah.
Ever.
She was incredible.
She was in that movie for what? 10 minutes?
I'd say 10, 15 minutes.
Tops.
Yeah.
And she just fucking runs away with it. Michael Fassbender's great.
Yeah.
Like he's great the entire movie, but Tilda's just
she stole the show for
insane.
Sure. Just with that like whole monologue about being a hunter and like, oh man,
the whole thing at dinner, or her ordering the scotch, her getting the food and then sending it all back.
Right.
And
I was on the edge of my fucking seat, man. I love that movie. As soon as it was over, I wanted to watch it immediately again.
Yeah. It's a need to buy. It's a need to watch first and foremost, but like it's also I need to own this movie. I love it a lot.
It just
comes out on Criterion.
Yeah.
It just reminded me of classic Fincher. Like his Fight Club days, The Game, Seven, like that kind of thing.
Alien Cubed.
Yes, totally Alien Cubed. Like a lot of sort of Seven vibes from it as well, just with kind of like how kind of bleak everything is the entire
bleak
time.
And dark and like he's brooding, that kind of thing. Fight Club because of like the narrative. As soon as he started talking, I was just like, "Fucking it's Tyler Durden, man."
Yeah. It's excellent. I don't have much more
narrator.
The narrator.
Sorry,
or Cornelius, whatever his name is.
Cornelius
for sure. Let's go with Cornelius. I like Cornelius.
I do too.
Yeah. But it's a big recommend if you haven't seen it yet. You need to. It is a need to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
I just remember one review of a movie. It might have been Constantine, where they referred to Tilda Swinton as delightfully androgynous, and ever since then, that's just every time I see her, I'm just like, you know what? That's a good way to describe her.
But like, I recently saw something else on Tilda Swinton as an actor, and the one thing that's like, you could look at any single performance. It does not matter if it's a 10-minute performance, if it's a full movie, if it's voice work. She gives it 110% and fully commits to literally every single role.
Just loses herself in that.
It doesn't matter how fucking small it is.
Yeah.
And even in this, like, this is not like, you could have been serviceable as anybody else, but like, to fully commit and fully be this character for 10 minutes, it's incredible to watch. She's so good in everything.
I really need to watch Michael Clayton again. This is the one she won the Oscar for.
Yeah, I haven't seen Michael Clayton
forever.
Years out. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
Tony.
Well, speaking of bangers, this one knocked me to the ground and knocked me off guard.
Go on.
It is the little film, you guys might have heard of it. It's called Godzilla -1.
Ooh.
Oh, I want to see this so bad.
Ooh. I'm going next week, buddy. You can come with.
When?
I don't know.
All right.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, I'm really pissed off about that because like this movie is like the closest it was at was Oakville.
Yeah,
and we grabbed tickets last week, and then friggin' 2 days later, I find out it was coming to Ancaster 2 days after I'm seeing it.
Is it at Ancaster now? When I looked, it was still as of tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because when I was looking, it was
to
like,
the listeners.
Yeah, when I was looking, it was like, oh, you want to see it? Yeah, walk off to Oakville.
Yeah,
I was like, what? No.
But like, shout out to fucking Oakville's IMAX. That was a dirty theater. I loved it. Sound was absolutely incredible.
Winston Churchill?
Winston Churchill, yeah.
Dirty good or dirty bad?
Dirty good.
Okay.
Like fucking dirty. Like amazing.
It's a Limax, isn't it?
It is a Limax.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
It didn't seem like it.
No, it's a Limax.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, for a Limax,
it was a nicely done Limax.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
It's the same
like
as Ancaster.
Like the Young and Dundas one. That one's a banger.
Yeah. I would say that. That. But Godzilla -1. If you're going in expecting a kaiju movie, you're going to be sadly mistaken, because it's more focused on the humans, and you actually give a shit about the humans.
Oh, well,
and I mean, like, I don't mean like one or two people. I mean the entire ensemble you give a shit about.
I love that.
It was so emotional. I did not think I would get choked up during a Godzilla movie, but I got choked up. And at one point, I pulled a Dave and forgot to breathe.
I love when I do that. I do love it.
I forgot to breathe, and I was like, "Holy fucking shit!"
Yeah,
it's absolutely incredible. And the fact that these guys made it for $15 million blows my fucking mind.
That's wild.
Because like the effects on Godzilla, the beginning was a little bit goofy. But the more that you got into it, the more that you saw Godzilla on screen, it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
This CGI, some of the CGI was a little bit, but like
whatever.
For the most part, the visual effects better than anything that Marvel has ever put out.
Wow.
I will go that far.
That's
high praise.
That is high praise.
That's high praise.
Well, freaking Spielberg's calling it like pure cinema, right?
Oh,
like he is not joking. Like this director. I'm gonna butcher his name, but I don't want to disrespect. But the director wants to go. He went on record when he was doing interviews for Godzilla, and he says that he wants to do a Star Wars movie. And like, you know, Lucas starts like, you need to pay attention.
Yeah.
What this guy did with $15 million, could you imagine what he could do with like a sizable budget? Like he could probably make a friggin' $15 million Star Wars movie, and it'd probably be better than anything that they put out, minus what George Lucas did. You can't touch those.
No. Directed by Takashi Yamazaki.
I was about to say that's what his name is, and you're talking a little.
Son.
You're putting a little too much
on the original trilogy.
On George Lucas. Lucas only directed the first one, Tony.
Okay, fine.
Well, and then the
1, 2, and 3. Yeah.
Prequels look pretty amazing.
I know they do. Especially compared
for the time
to
that they came out.
Well, even now, they still look better than some of the shit.
Some of the shit, yeah. Oh, and it's Godzilla -1 was Toho.
Why was it called -1? Can you tell me?
Is that a spoiler?
It might be a spoiler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's the real heart of it. It's about a kamikaze pilot who ditches his post, pretends that or fakes a fault in his plane, and the whole movie revolves around this mistake that he makes, and he has to deal with the mistake that he made, and on top of that, ditching his post because he was trained that, you know, he's a kamikaze pilot. He needs to die honorably. Like, he was not meant to come back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like a crushing, emotionally devastating story. And it's so human. And it just, you really see what war does to people. Yeah. And it really hones in on that message, and better than any other Godzilla movie, I would say. I'm not as versed in Godzilla, but like, I know what they're about. Yeah. Right.
Matthew Broderick, right?
Absolutely.
And
the babies for sure.
Madison Square Garden.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of wanted to pop in my fucking Godzilla animated series DVD after I got back from the movie. I still might. This movie was absolutely incredible. You need to see it. It is, believe the hype. It's made a lot of money at the box office. They've extended the run. Believe it. There's a reason why this movie is absolutely incredible.
All right.
High praise.
I've said incredible at least 5 times.
Yes, you have. Yes, I'm starting to think I need to go see it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it better than Shin Godzilla?
Yeah, I'd say so. I really enjoyed Shin Godzilla. It took me a long time to see Shin Godzilla, and I really liked it, but it's on the same lines as Shin Godzilla with like the bureaucracy and like the nonsense with the government. Yeah. It's really saying it's really like a big fuck you to the Japanese government. I'm not gonna lie.
That's amazing.
And how does Godzilla compare to the new Godzilla? Was it Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire? Is that what it's called?
I wouldn't even put it on the same fucking level. It's a radically different movie. If you want a serious Godzilla movie that like really like speaks to it, Godzilla -1. If you want a goofy, cheesy, fucking popcorn Godzilla movie, Godzilla X Kong New Empire.
It does look fun.
It does look fun as fuck, but this movie is not that.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Yamazaki worked on Shin Godzilla.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
He was a VFX artist for Shin Godzilla. So that's interesting. Good for him.
Go see it.
I will.
So,
Dave.
So this is a high meh.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony will appreciate this. And so will friend of the podcast, Matt Layden.
Mm-hmm.
I finally watched Brian Yuzna's Society.
Oh, fuck. You're going to talk about Society? This is a little bit of a left field choice, but I'm in for it. Hit me.
First of all, what is Society?
James, you don't know what Society is?
You can't really
I don't
define Society. You kind of have to see it to believe it.
You have to live Society?
Yeah. You kind of have to see it for yourself.
Okay.
But the short version is there's a teenager. He's close to graduation, our high school grad, but he's probably in his early 30s. And he feels like something's like he doesn't blend with his family. His family's rich, hoity-toity type thing, and he doesn't really think like he's
right.
He thinks that there's something's off.
Okay.
Something's always been off, and he doesn't feel like he's part of the family. He always feels like the outcast. And his sister has just come of age, and they have a party for her with all the rich socialites, coming out party, whatever the fuck. And her ex-boyfriend is buddies with the guy, and he's like, I recorded this and I need you to hear it. And I need you to like, he's like, you're a sick fuck, whatever. He's like, I need you to hear this because I don't think you're going to believe it. And they put it on, and it's basically a wild orgy.
Huh.
And so he's like, this is weird. And then he tries to talk to his therapist, and the therapist is like, oh, you're full of shit. This is just all in your head type thing. And it's just kind of like a back and forth, this psychological mind games where he thinks that something's up.
Huh.
Something's not quite right.
Yeah.
But they're all like, oh, you're crazy. And he thinks that something's going on in his head. It's all in his head. Yeah. And then it turns out it's not.
Huh.
And it all comes to a head in this 30-minute sequence that I'll just call the shunting. And James, I feel like this shunting, I don't want to describe to you what it is.
No, I don't want to know.
I just want you, it's kind of like the rich eating the poor.
Oh.
And James, this is like Sallow level of seared in the brain. Never going to forget this. What the fuck am I watching?
This movie is known for that 30 minutes that he's referring to.
How is this real?
Yeah.
Who did this? Who hurt the person who made this?
Yeah.
Because it is, it is a sight to see. And since it was made in the 80s, it's a lot of practical, and it's when you
practical's unfucking real.
Nuts and bolts. Nuts and bolts practical is out of this world. But just like the shit that is happening, I can't.
Dave, would you say it is goopy?
It is goopy, yes.
Gross.
On a level of 1 to goopy, how goopy?
I don't think it's quite as goopy as From Beyond, but it's pretty fucking goopy.
Nothing is goofy as a goopy is From Beyond.
It's pretty fucking goopy. And just
I don't like a movie being described to me as goopy. And that upsets me.
Super goopy.
He calls someone a butthead, and James,
you are what you eat.
Yeah, that's
I'm getting there. I'm starting to understand.
Yeah.
I was prepared for what I was going to see.
Right.
I was not, unfortunately.
I'm so sorry.
And it wasn't, you can't really prepare yourself for what you're going to see.
Right.
But I encourage you to seek it out, because it's something. And it's well made. Like, it's not a bad movie at all. It's not the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And as far as Brian Yuzna like, it's better than The Dentist for sure, but I don't think it's not quite Reanimator, which he only produced. He didn't direct. But
you gonna get it on Arrow?
Maybe when the 4K comes out.
Okay.
Maybe when the 4K comes out. But yeah, I don't want to talk about it anymore, James. I just want you to watch it.
That's fair.
And tell me what you think.
That's okay.
Maybe don't watch it with the girlfriend. Maybe she might not appreciate it.
I don't like to subject people to things that should not be subjected to.
Yeah.
My only problem with it was it took too long to get to those 30 minutes.
I thought it was. I liked that it took that long. Like, I liked the build up, because I was just like, when the fuck is this crazy? Oh, now it's happening.
Yeah. I definitely want to give it another shot. But like, I remember watching it and I was just like, fuck, why is this taking so long? I know something's about to happen. I know why this movie is fucking infamous. When is it gonna come? And then when it came, I was like, dear God, please go back. Please go back. I don't want this.
I don't
take me back.
Want this. That, you know what? That's a good way to describe it. I don't want this.
I didn't ask for any of this.
But yeah,
you're not completely selling me on this movie.
Dude, you need to do it. Just rip off the Band-Aid.
It's something you just need to see.
It's 90 minutes.
It is very short.
Yeah.
All right.
And it is funny, and it's bleak, and it's weird, and
unlike anything you will ever see.
Yeah. Okay. It is a vision.
It's a vision.
It is a vision.
Is it cinema?
I'm not going to go as far as
depends on your definition of cinema.
It's something, all right.
I don't think it's quite what Scorsese was talking about.
It might be.
It might. You know what? You know what?
He does have a thing for Pasolini, so
it is very unique. It's not quite like anything you will ever see. Like, there's definitely, like, I know you brought it up earlier this year with another film we saw that kind of like uses a similar effect, and I was like, okay, yeah, I see where you got that. And like, you can see that maybe it's like a little influential, but like, I don't think anyone's really pushed. It's not like the most envelope pushing thing you'll ever see, and it's not quite Sallow.
Okay,
but it's still,
it's good. On a scale of 1 to Sallow, it's not quite Sallow. That's got
to be reassuring for you.
It's still like, nobody's eating shit. Yeah, nobody's eating literal shit. Okay,
that movie's a journey.
It's just, yeah. I want you to watch it so you can talk about it.
Okay.
But it's really well, like the makeup effects are really well done.
Yeah.
The goopiness is it's goopy and just
super goopy.
Yeah, I really like the psychological elements of it. And this kid thinking that he's going crazy.
Yeah.
And just kind of how the movie plays on that. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm having visions. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
That's fair.
Jimmy.
I want to talk about dumb money.
Can I have an adult? Is an adult around? Can I have a hug?
You are the adult.
Dumb money.
Dumb money.
Is this a meh?
It's a meh. I don't know. I was debating whether I was going to talk about this or another movie, and I decided on this. But like honestly, now that I'm talking about it, I'm like I don't really know what to say about it, other than it's a film. I mean, it kind of chronicles the rise and fall of
Wall Street Bets
and
GameStop,
and the sage advice of one Keith Gill, who makes a decent play for some money and strikes it rich once, and a lot of other people jump on for FOMO, but we all remember what happened in 2022, 21,
yeah,
with GameStop and AMC and all that shit. We were all here. We were all alive. It basically chronicles that in not too deep a way that's relatively okay to understand, but it focuses on the human side of it as well.
It does a good job of explaining it like not as like beating you over the head with it like Big Short, but like
Big Short really makes you understand it.
Yeah.
I don't even think Big Short's beating you over the head so much as it takes a little too much glee in explaining it.
It does, but also Big Short's concepts were much harder to understand than this.
Yeah.
This is really easy to understand.
Yeah.
Like once you understand what a short is, you'll understand all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've ever watched The Big Short, you already kind of know what a short is. So you can get it. You understand. This is the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Diamond hands.
Yeah. Diamond hands. And yeah, all the fucking internet bullshit nonsense that comes with that. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was fine. I thought I've always enjoyed Paul Dano.
Paul Dano was really good.
Yeah.
Did you like Nick Offerman and Seth Rogen?
Yeah. For the Seth Rogen especially.
Running between his houses.
Yeah. Just losing his mind as things continued. Nick Offerman just being like a real cool, like, I'm not freaking out. Everything's fine. Like just
throw money at the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Throw money at the problem until it fixes itself. And then they did kind of shed some of the light, like on the behind the scenes stuff about like, was it Robin Hood and who owns Robin Hood and angel investors there and what happened with that whole thing. Cause I remember that that day when it happened.
Yeah.
People were losing their fucking minds. But yeah, I think they did a pretty good job at like capturing the moment, capturing the people who were involved, kind of highlighting some of the success stories, but like, it's still kind of a cautionary tale of like, you still kind of have to know what you're doing. And like, you can't just, hold out for a better day sort of thing. You do have to, at some point, realize you can cut your losses and do fine, because like the majority of people at the end of that, the people that they followed is like, oh yeah, everyone did great. That's a small select handful of people. Like the majority of people did not do great.
No.
And the majority of people, there was that other movie that we watched that I'm blanking on right now that was also kind of about this. Dogecoin and shit.
It was a doc.
Yeah. It was a doc.
I'll get you then.
This is not financial advice.
Thank you. Which also that comes up a lot in this because it's not financial advice and yada yada yada. But
fucking Dogecoin.
We got to see his Excel spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dave, you've seen it, right?
What, Dumb Money?
Dumb Money, yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah, it was just yeah.
That one game that they play in the college where you have to put your hand down the girl's pants for a minute, and I was just like, that seems questionable. Okay.
Yeah, I was scratching my head at that too.
Yeah.
Like if that's true,
I was also
cool,
like, why is this here?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with anything? This is the introduction to these girls.
It was the introduction to their relationship.
It was their meet cute, right?
Yeah.
Hell of a meet cute.
That's a hell of a meet cute.
Hell of a meet cute.
Yeah, I don't know. I walked away from it and went, I guess.
It came out too early.
Yeah.
There's been way too many documentaries about it.
Way too many.
It feels too much like The Social Network and Wolf of Wall Street kind of and The Big Short kind of all smashed together.
But like the weakest points from all three of them.
Yeah.
Like it's none of the things that made it strong.
And like Craig Gillespie's the director, and like he's hit and miss as it is. But like, I don't know. I really like I, Tonya.
Yeah, so do I.
But I, Tonya came out like 20, 25 years after the event.
Yeah.
Like this is like, we're still like living the event.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's a good point. And that's something I was thinking about too. We're in for the thing about crypto or NFTs or the GameStop thing. We're in documentary phase land. Like this is the time for documentaries to come out where you're telling factual stuff. We're not far enough away for you to sit back and holistically look at the entire event and watch some documentaries and figure out the best unique, not fictional way to tell the story and make it more movie fun and crazy. We're still a little bit too close. Like, yeah, Tonya Harding, good. Wolf of Wall Street, many years had passed since that. And you're able to kind of look at it and be like, I can tell this story now. But this one you're too close to it. There's still stuff that's developing. Like there's still people who are fucking still have GameStop stock for some unbeknownst to me reason. Yeah. So I just think, I think you're onto something there of it just being, it's a little bit too close.
It's a little too close.
It's only been a year.
And I think, I don't know if it's just gotten to this point, but I feel like we've gotten to a point with pandemic era movies where like they're wearing the mask. It doesn't feel weird anymore. Or you're not like, oh, COVID, we don't need to be reminded that this is happening. Like it was just nice to see, like, it's just normalized. They're just wearing the mask. They're taking off the mask, whatever. They're doing what they got to do type thing.
Yeah.
And it'll never not be funny that the fucking Winklevoss twins produced that movie.
Yeah.
Because they were expecting a Social Network and they didn't get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Winklevi. The Winklevi.
Yeah. I liked it. But keep in mind, I watched it versus like 4 other movies that day. So like
the little rose-colored glasses.
Exactly. It was the first movie of the day, wasn't it?
It was.
Okay, so
and then it went downhill from there.
And then it went downhill from there.
Yeah, that would do it.
And then went down reflection. Tony was like, "Yeah, it was a pretty good movie."
You know, it was a pretty good movie. Yeah. Well, Paul Dano. I just love Paul Dano. Paul Dano. It's a Paul Dano show in that movie.
Pete Davidson's funny too.
Yeah, he has a couple good.
I do like.
Yeah.
Pete, and how he's the guy who's shirring.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I liked Anthony Ramos too. He was really good, and fuck Dane DeHaan because he was fucking schmuck.
Yeah,
he was really good at being a shit.
Yeah,
but he was good at it. Yeah,
he's really good at being a shit.
And also Seth Rogen running around was great.
Yeah, running through the bushes and stuff.
Yeah. yelling at his neighbors for having a party or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
for his beach house.
I just like the rebirth of Seth Rogen, where he's doing like these semi-serious things now.
Yeah,
where he's still tapping into his comedy, but he's just like it's semi-serious now. And I like
it's working for him.
I like that it's working for him.
There was good, like as I said, like I'm not saying it's bad. It just ended up in a meh. There's good performances in it.
Yeah. No, I would say it's definitely a meh. It was made with the best intentions. It's just not.
It's not great.
Not great.
Yeah. Cool.
Folding laundry.
Folding laundry is right.
Yeah. Tony.
Sorry about the coughing, but Emma, at least you know it's me.
Yeah. Anytime you hear coughing that I haven't been able to cut out because Dave keeps coughing in the middle of a sentence. It's Dave.
Tony.
For my meh.
Yeah.
I have an 80s classic from one of me and Dave's favorite filmmakers.
Sure.
It's a gentleman you may know by the name of John Waters.
John Waters.
Which one did I watch? It is a film called Polyester.
Polyester.
Like the fabric.
Polyester.
Well, it's spelled like polyester.
Polyester.
Okay. Well, polyester. Fuck me, right? Yeah, this movie's a meh. I will go to say that I am a big fan of John Waters.
Sure. John Waters is a big fan of you.
I fucking hope so, buddy. I fucking hope so.
You big on Pecker and Cecil B. Demented?
I fucking love Cecil B. Demented, man. That movie's fucking demented. This movie is just fucking random. It stars Divine. You know, anything that Divine stars in, it's gonna be fucking random.
Sure.
And that's what this movie is. Just a bunch of random things happening, and you're just kind of scratching your head.
Huh.
I watched Serial Mom recently, and that movie's a complete fucking banger too. So after watching, and I've watched Cecil B. Demented. I've watched that recently too. So Tony's
on a John Waters kick.
Yeah, expect a John Waters list on Letterboxd anytime now.
I love this.
After watching Cecil B. Demented and then Serial Mom, and then getting to this, and I think I've even watched Female Trouble. That's am I right on that one?
Yeah.
I think I watched Female Trouble this year too. Just all those movies back to back to back to back. It's just, I just could not get on board with Polyester.
Well, you didn't watch them back to back to back.
But
you just watched them in
in succession.
I understand.
You understand? It's just too fucking random. She's Divine is dating or is married to a porn king.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's getting mad that the porn king exists. Porn king ends up sleeping with his assistant and just ditching Divine. Then Divine finds another guy and he treats her the same, and then people die, and it's just, I just can't explain it. It's just fucking random.
Did the odorama, does it come up?
It comes up, and I fucking loved the beginning because it's literally just a scientist guy explaining the odorama. And unfortunately, I watched this on Criterion, but it was Dave's Criterion, and he gave me specific instructions that I was not to use the odorama card. So I would love to watch this movie again with Dave so that I can actually use this fucking card. Yeah. Because literally he explains it all. It's like a little 5-minute scene saying you're gonna find a number in the corner, it's gonna flash, and then you smell the card.
Yeah.
I think that would be fun.
That would be.
It would be fun, right? And it goes up, I think it goes up to 8 or 10.
That's cool.
Smells, right? So
it looked like there was 10, when you showed me. Yeah.
So when you're seeing the scenes and stuff, you can almost smell it without smelling it, because you know that it's just a fucking rancid smell.
It's John Waters' low budget 40X.
Yeah, basically, essentially. I was watching some of it with Melissa. Melissa's like, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, "This is 40X before 40X was 40X." Yeah.
Here, scratch this card and smell. This is what I want you to experience.
Right? So I think I probably would have enjoyed it if I could enjoy it with the card, but obviously I can't because I don't want to fucking fuck up Dave's odorama cards. You're welcome, David.
I wouldn't fuck up your odorama cards.
It's true. And I even thought about buying it, but then again, I would be owning fucking Polyester, and I do not fucking want that.
I own all of the John Waters Criterions. I'm so proud of that fact.
Okay, so never mind. I take it back. John Waters is a fan of you.
Yes. I own the only John Waters movie that actually matters, and that movie is Pink Flamingo.
Pink Flamingos.
Sorry, Pink Flamingos. Mr. John Waters, don't kill me.
He won't.
His favorite movie this year is Beau is Afraid.
Yeah, that movie just climbed to the top of my must-watch list before the end of the year.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because John Waters said so.
Hey man, I look forward to John Waters' top 10 every goddamn year, and I'm glad that every friggin' mostly media posts this. It was on IndieWire, it was on Vulture.
Because people care.
People care about John Waters' opinion. But yeah, this is just a meh. There's better John Waters movies out there. If you're trying to complete a list, definitely seek it out. But if you want to look at other better ones, there's better ones for sure.
Fair. That's fair.
And that is Polyester, not Polyvester.
Yeah.
It's Polyester.
Yes.
Dave.
Worst.
Give me.
So this isn't quite a worst. This is more of a meh.
Fucking
kind of
cheater.
It's not a high meh. It's not a low meh. It's not really a meh. It's just kind of there. And it's Oscar winner Emerald Fennell's latest banger, Saltburn.
Oh boy.
Jimmy, you need to see this movie.
I just want to preface this with, James, you need to see this movie. Again, we're talking about rich and poor and class struggles.
It's a real theme going on.
I love class struggles.
Apparently there's a theme going because Rushmore actually has class struggles too. Holy shit. James, I didn't know anything about this movie going in.
Yeah.
I knew it was the new Emerald Fennell joint.
Yeah.
I knew fucking, what's his godforsaken, Barry Keoghan was the lead. And when Barry Keoghan shows up, you know something weird's coming.
Yeah.
That guy is a fucking weirdo, man, but he does it so well.
You know,
he does.
like I'm sure he's a teddy bear. I'm sure he's lovely. I still regret missing out on the interview that I just was like, oh no, I want to go watch TIFF movies instead.
Sure.
Fuck you, Past Dave.
Yeah, you're an idiot, Past Dave.
You're a fucking idiot. Anyways. I'm sorry, I had to shuffle there. So they're at elite prep school. Is it the 90s? It's the 90s, right?
No.
It's got to be the. Oh no,
it was 2006.
The early aughts.
Yeah,
the early aughts. It's like 2006ish. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Even though they watch a DVD of Superbad, which
I immediately called that out. I was like, that's not accurate.
Wow, just the attention to detail is off the charts in this movie already.
So they're at elite prep school type thing. He's there on a scholarship. He's kind of quiet, kind of reserved. And he befriends like the cool guy who's Jacob Elordi, our boy Elvis. And
right, yeah.
They
remember Jacob's in it.
They bring him up. They become fast friends.
Yeah.
And just like he takes him under his wing, everything's good, and like there's shit going on at home for Barry Keoghan, and he doesn't really want to go back at the end of the semester. And Jacob's just like, hey, why don't you come to my house? Why don't you come to Saltburn? That's where that's the manor, or the property where we hang out for the summer, and you can hang out with us for 4 months. You don't have to go home. It'll be fine. It'll be great.
I do recall all of this from the trailer. The trailer was pretty explicit about what was going on, at least for the setup.
And so he goes, and the mom's there, and it's Rosamund Pike.
Yeah.
The dad is Richard E. Grant. Again, you should hear warning bells as I'm saying this.
Yeah.
The kid from Gran Turismo is there as like the cousin.
Oh, Archie?
Archie. He's there. The whole movie, I'm sitting there with Tony, and I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Why do I recognize him?
Gran Turismo.
The Gran Turismo kid. It's a very different
career is taken off.
It's a very, very different performance, James.
Yeah.
And then there's the sister too, and just like it kind
of. Don't forget about Carey Mulligan.
Oh yeah, and Carey Mulligan shows up. She's just there.
Her character name is Poor Dear Pamela.
Yeah, that's
her actual full character name.
That's what they refer to her as so many times. There's no reason for her to be there. Yeah. I'm assuming she's just there just because she's doing a favor, but like there's no reason for her to be there. And just. It's just about the summer and how they spend it.
Yeah.
And James.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it.
I don't want to ruin everything that happens because there's a lot of red flags on the play.
Yeah.
But I will ruin the fact that Barry Keoghan.
No, don't do it.
No,
don't do it.
I already put it on Letterboxd.
It is on Letterboxd. I already read it.
So James. Barry Keoghan shares a bathroom with Jacob Elordi.
Yeah.
And at one point, he kind of looks in, and Jacob Elordi's jerking off in the tub.
Cool.
And he just kind of watches him like a creep. And then, like, Jacob Elordi goes to bed. He's like, oh, I'm going to bed. Good night. Good night, man, type thing.
Yeah.
And then Barry Keoghan proceeds to get in the tub.
While the water's draining. Ed slurps up the cum and licks the drain clean.
No.
James, believe me when I say that. That is just one thing that happens, and it's not even the worst thing.
That is just the tip of the iceberg.
That's just how it starts, man.
No, I don't like it.
That's when you start realizing that maybe Barry Keoghan isn't quite.
No,
he's maybe not quite well.
No, I'm okay, thank you. No, like it. No, thank you.
No, James. It
no, like it. No,
it just kind of goes from there. And James, let me tell you, I sat there with Tony. And there were a couple other dudes in the theater. I don't think there was anyone.
Right.
There was about 7 or 8 people. We saw it on like a fucking 12 o'clock matinee on like a Thursday.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah, but it was all dudes and they were all singles and it was just me and Tony. And I just like certain things happening. And me and Tony were just like, what the fuck are we watching?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if it's supposed to be funny, if it's supposed to be weird, if it's supposed like, if she's commenting on the people she grew up with, if she's trying to say what she's trying to say here. I don't know what it is.
Apparently, according to her, it's okay if you feel turned on during some of these scenes.
was this a feeling that you had?
I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say slurping up a cum-filled water.
The cum-filled drain.
Was it not
it's not doing it for me.
Not doing it for me, Tony. He was like,
drain.
He didn't even.
That's unfortunate.
So sorry, folks. It wasn't even like he was licking the bathtub clean. No, he was down where the drain was, Tony.
Yeah. Making sure he got every last drop before it came into the drain.
Jesus.
Oh, it had already come into the drain, Tony. He was just making sure he got it.
I was just setting it up for you, buddy.
You know what? Barry Keoghan, God bless him.
No.
He commits to this absolutely
batshit.
It's lunacy. It's absolute lunacy. And he's so fucking good in this movie. And just like everyone else just can't keep up with him.
He's doing circles around fucking everyone. Like even Rosamund Pike, like he's going circles.
Richard Grant, he's running. He's so
circles,
far ahead of everybody else.
Yeah.
And I know like that's part of the plot, but like it's also like detrimental to the movie because you're like, what the fuck is happening? What are you trying to say, Emerald? Like I know Promising Young Woman wasn't exactly subtle.
No,
but at least it was pretty clear cut what she was trying to say. Here, I don't think it's that clean.
A little confusing.
Yeah, a little rough.
A little rough around the edges. But God bless her for taking this, for winning an Oscar and then taking a swing with this.
Yeah,
and like shot in 4:3. Most of it's dark and just James.
So is it a no from you, dog?
James, I want you to watch it.
I don't want to pay for it.
You need to watch.
It comes up. It's on Prime
in a couple weeks.
At the end of the month.
Beautiful. Then I will. Then I'll get back to you.
I'm glad you'll try it because
the ending is worth it.
You know what? The whole movie. I just want to know. I'm just looking forward to more people seeing this movie.
Okay.
Because it's not a good movie, but it's worth watching.
That's a weird way to describe a movie.
You gotta see it. You gotta see it to believe it.
Like it's not.
But do I need to see it?
You do.
You know what?
You do.
I would say it's probably just as gross as Society.
That's fucked up.
No.
I don't know, Tony.
No.
I don't know.
On a scale of 1 to goopy.
I don't know, Tony.
Saltburn is not goopy.
Okay.
It's not goopy, but it's
no.
There's a lot happening.
I love you, Big Brother, but I am disagreeing.
He is putting his foot down.
There is a lot of liquids and substances that are happening in this.
Thankfully, there's nothing that sticks together.
I think it's just maybe it's not as gross, but it's pretty fucking gross.
Yeah, it's gross, but it is not society gross.
You know what? We need a tiebreaker.
Okay.
All right. Well, now I have to watch it.
No, you gotta watch both.
You gotta watch both.
Oh God, fine. That's gonna be a double feature that I'm gonna regret later.
Smoke a joint, you'll be fine.
Will I?
I don't think you will be.
No, you probably won't.
I think you're gonna call your
hug.
I think you're gonna call your mom after and be like, "Can you come over? I need a hug.
I need a hug and a cold shower."
Yeah, and I need to be absolved. I'm not clean.
I'm not clean.
I need you to come. I'm gonna be in the shower. Don't worry, I'll be wearing all my clothes. Just come in and just hug me, please.
Yes. But you know what? No, I'll ask my girlfriend to come over, and she can be like the Bond to my Vesper as I sit in the shower. She can lick the blood off my fingers because it won't come off. It won't come clean.
I wouldn't want to.
Casino Royale.
I don't want to wish that on her.
Yeah.
I don't want to wish that.
I don't wish that upon your girlfriend.
Like she's quite lovely, and I don't want her to do that.
Yeah.
No,
fine.
I don't think I want to put her through that.
Fine. But you put my mother through that?
I didn't. I just said she has to just give you a hug.
Oh.
I didn't say anything about
In the
licking your
shower?
fucking fingers, you sicko.
Anyways,
And I say that as somebody who was just describing Barry Keoghan slurping cum.
Gross.
cum water.
Gross.
God.
Just gross.
James,
My worst?
your
Not
worst.
even the grossest thing that happens.
I'm gonna be
far from the grossest thing that happens.
That's lovely.
Tip of the iceberg.
I'm gonna be less gross.
It's a fucking big iceberg.
And I'm gonna put my worst as A Haunting in Venice.
Oh,
It's not good.
Rana. Come on. Oscar winner
it's
Kenneth
not-
Branagh.
You're
It's
not a fan of
good.
Dutch angles?
The whole fucking movie is a Dutch angle.
The whole movie is shot at a Dutch angle.
Hercule Poirot.
Hercule Poirot.
So it's like Thor, where it was shot as
Almost.
entirely a Dutch
Almost
angle.
It is
entirely.
better than fucking Death on a Nile, though. But I wouldn't
is there
say by
enough,
much.
Is there enough
Not
champagne
by
to fill the
much.
Nile?
there's not.
That's true.
There is not.
It's a full blown horror movie, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would say more of like a psychological ghost story.
It's a ghost
Which
story.
isn't what
more
the
of-
first two in the first two movies like mystery, like murder mysteries.
straight up mirror mysteries.
First one
This
is-
was not.
Orient Express is 100% a murder mystery. Death on the Nile was a murder mystery, I guess, but also an excuse for really god awful green screen technology.
Yeah.
And
Gal Gadot.
and Gal Gadot to make a movie. I mean, at least she got to do something in that movie instead of this year where she was just the highest paid cameo actor.
Hi guys.
Hi from a submarine.
I was paid millions of dollars to just wave
Hi,
my
remember
hands.
me? I'm just in this dog shit movie for 3 seconds to make you remember.
Yeah.
Before it becomes the Flash. What was the third one? Was there 3? It was
And
Fast.
Shazam.
Shazam. Was that it?
Shazam, Fast X, and
Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for her. Anyway.
Man, she got the bag. I'm happy
Anyway.
for her, man.
Look, Haunting in Venice. Hercule Poirot is retired from his life of crime solving. And just when he thought he was out, they pulled him back in.
Pull me back in.
And he
Yes.
doesn't believe. He has
And
a hard
yes,
time
he is-
believing.
He is brought in to disprove a psychic, someone who thinks that they can commune with ghosts. Played by Michelle Yeoh,
Oh, nice.
who's great for the very limited amount of time that she's in this movie.
A lot of Oscar-winning talent.
Yeah,
Tina Fey as well.
that's a choice.
Very big swing.
It doesn't work.
Nope.
She's probably the worst part of the entire movie. I don't know why she's there.
She's almost
Gross.
distracting.
Completely. She's acting in a movie that she's not in. She's acting in a movie that is not the movie that she's in
Okay.
at the moment. She's in some sort of slapstick comedy movie off on her own, and this movie's still going and is being taken dead seriously. And she is like, haha, look at me, I'm Tina Fey. And it's like, bro, but no.
She was definitely miscasted. I was kind of
read the room.
confused when I saw
Yeah.
her in the trailer, and after we saw the movie, I was just like, "Yep,
Yeah.
you do not
There's-
belong."
There's a twist in it that does involve Tina Fey's character, and the way that the way that it's handled by Tina Fey is just like, you understand what just happened to your character, right? Like, and this is okay, whatever, man.
You do you, boo boo.
Yeah. I'm never going to say no to Kenneth Branagh making these ridiculous Hercule Poirot movies. I'm never going to say no to his fantasy of just doing Agatha Christie till the day he dies. If that's what he wants to do, I'm here for it. He's won his Oscars. He's a great filmmaker. He's won his Oscar. He's a great filmmaker. He's a great actor.
I'll keep watching them.
I'll keep watching them, but it's been diminishing returns. And even Orient Express was not that great. And it's continuing to just like trickle downwards.
Yeah, but you know what?
I haven't seen any of them.
You should. Orient is fun.
I have Murder on the Oriented Express on Blu-ray.
Although you should watch the one probably from the 70s instead.
Yeah, watch
Albert Finney and Sean Connery.
Sean Connery,
yeah.
Honey in Venice was a step up from Death on the Nile. I think Death on the Nile was like fucking egregious piece of shit.
It was.
But like it's still, I don't.
Are you talking about the movie or Army Hammer?
Both.
Big step up in a lot of ways.
Seriously. But like, what's with the fucking Dutch angles? What the fuck is he trying to do? I kept saying to Melissa, I was like, what the fuck? Can you just like level your tripod, please, sir?
Why is every conversation I have to kind of tilt my head slightly? Like
is it because he's tilting his head?
I don't know. My Letterboxd review was at what angle does it become Dutch? Because we experimented with all of them. 1 degree, 6 degrees, 25 degrees.
Maybe somebody, the camera team just forgot to balance their tripod.
And some of like the weirdest, some shots were kind of cool. There was the one shot sort of in the beginning when they are investigating the deceased daughter's bedroom that he films like way up in a corner with a super wide angle lens. And like you could see the entire room and all the characters in it. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then the very next shot is tilted at an angle and on someone's face. And I'm like, why? Why does everything have to be either wide and huge or a Dutch angle? Buddy, just let the camera just rest for a moment. It doesn't need to tilt. It's okay. You can shoot someone dead on and we won't think you're any less interesting. You Dutchifying everything makes your all of the Dutch angles less interesting and just confusing and chaotic. And I get a Dutch angle to convey a certain level of mystery. What's going on? But the entire movie isn't that. For part of it, you're solving the mystery. Why are we still at a Dutch angle? We get what's going on. But anyway, the rest of it is, it's a murder mystery at the end of the day, kind of. With some horror-ish elements to it, and there's a mystery to be solved, and the solving of it is kind of fine, and figuring out who done it or who did it, it works mostly, but you can kind of see it coming from about a mile away. The very, very last sort of twist that they put right at the very end, I was like, oh, that's interesting. That was kind of unique with the kid at the very, very end, but the rest...
Are there any Dutch angles in Belfast?
No. That one he plays. That one he was trying for the Oscar.
He plays straight. You can tell he wanted the Oscar.
He wanted the Oscar. He put a one Dutch angle, and that the Academy would have just in the bin.
Yeah, chuck it in the bin.
They don't award Dutch angles.
I liked Belfast.
I didn't say anything wrong about it.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's
yeah.
Tony. Anyway, Tony.
For my worst, it pains me that this is the worst, but you know what? This is what happens when you go in with fucking expectations. It is a film that is a sequel to another film that is very near and dear to my heart.
Mm-hmm.
It is a movie called Good Burger 2.
Oh no, Tony.
What are you expecting, Tony?
Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting.
Good Burger's not a good movie, Tony.
You want to know why they made it? They wanted to make Good Burger for Gen Z. And you know what? Gen Z has ruined everything that I've loved.
Is it because Riz is now the word of the year?
I'm sorry, what?
Riz is the dictionary word of the year.
Riz?
Yeah.
What's that even mean?
What's that mean?
That's because you don't have any Riz.
Apparently. This is all sus, James.
That sounds almost
don't quote words that you don't know.
Oh, I know what sus means. You sus.
That
you don't want me to. You want to know what Riz is?
Is it almost
charisma?
Oh, what?
Yeah. If you got Riz, you got charisma.
That's almost as good as dead ass.
I was about to say I'm so dead ass right now.
I am so dead ass right now. Yeah.
You're gonna yeet.
Yeah, I'm gonna yeet.
Yeah, I'm just gonna yeet.
Yeet.
Seriously, Gen Z, stop ruining everything in this fucking world.
Yeah.
I don't care. I really don't care. Just sit in your corner and stop ruining things.
So what did Gen Z do to your precious Good Burger?
Why do we have to?
There's a fucking dance number.
Isn't there a dance number in the first one?
Yeah, but it was actually good in the first one.
Tony, I think you're remembering the first one being a lot better than it actually is.
Have you recently watched the first one?
Yes, I have, actually.
In preparation for Good Burger 2?
No, I just watched it because, you just feel like watching.
Good Burger.
I fucking love Good Burger.
He owns it on Steelbook.
I own 2 copies of Good Burger, actually, because me and Dave were like, hey, the import from America is on sale. Why don't we get it? 2 months later, they announced a 25th anniversary. Is it 25th?
Yeah, it was 25th.
25th anniversary limited edition steelbook. And me and Dave both looked at each other. We're like, well, fuck, we need that.
So wait, you're also a fan of Good Burger?
I just wanted the steelbook.
Okay.
So if anybody of our listeners want my import copy, US copy of Good Burger, I will sell it to you for the low price of free. And
not worldwide shipping.
Not
just
worldwide shipping.
Caveat for Finland. Yeah. I'm not shipping. We're not shipping a DVD to Finland.
When we do our fucking finger guns live in Helsinki, bring said copy of Good Burger to you.
Excellent.
This movie doesn't need to exist.
Sure.
It goes through the same story beats as the first one. Fucking Jillian Bell plays the sister of the dude from Mondo Burger, and she's like sworn revenge on the 2 of them.
Oh god.
Why did they keep trying to make Jillian Bell happen?
I don't know. I really don't know. She was good in Office Christmas Party. She was good in Workaholics, but she is not good in this.
Isn't she the villain in 22 Jump Street too?
Yep.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
They do almost the same fucking killer reveal that they did in fucking 22 Jump Street.
Oh, great.
Wow.
Fuck, man. This movie is just, it was painful. I was in physical pain watching this movie.
How are Keenan and Kel at least?
Put it this way. Kellen? Is that his name?
Cal.
Kel has like 7 or 8 kids, and there's like one who's like the splitting image of him, and like he does all the shit that he does, and they like rub off each other and they do the same shit. And I'm just like, holy fuck. It wasn't funny in the first one. It's definitely not funny now. But and fucking Kenan Thompson, he's doing his best. But it was just a very painful experience, and I want this movie to just be thrown in a vault to never be seen and heard from again. Yeah. Gardner Lecter shows up for a bit. There's like a little off scene where Kenan Thompson's like, "Holy shit, you married her?" And she's like, "No, he's just the nanny."
Oh god.
Yeah.
Did
does
Sinbad show up?
Sinbad does show up too.
That makes sense.
You gotta have Sinbad.
Well, yeah.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I'm looking at this cast list of boy.
Right. And like fucking Kenan Thompson's like an inventor, and he like fucks up, and then he goes through the same beats as the first one, where he tries to screw over his friend, and then like he finds out that his friend is actually like, like wholesome and actually cares about him, and then he realizes that he's a fucking dick for using and abusing this guy. And I'm just like, wow, they go through the same beats as the first one. It's literally a fucking remake. It is a Gen Z remake of the first one, and I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Was it a remake or was it a requel?
I was going to say that there's, beyond them apparently bringing in most of SNL, there's also someone just named Young Gravy in this. Which
it's probably a rapper. It's probably a rapper.
Yeah,
I know a rapper named
Young Gravy.
Yeah.
Is Mikey
tells
Day
me what
in
I need
it?
to know. Yeah, Mikey Day's in it.
Of course he is.
Maya Rudolph, Bowen Yang, Chrissy Teigen.
Chrissy Teigen's in it? I don't remember seeing her.
She was in it somewhere.
All right.
Shaun White for some reason.
Yep, I remember that.
Ron Funches, which I always love.
I love Ron Funches.
Al Roker. Sinbad, there it is.
Yep.
Andy Samberg, Zoe Saldana, Nicole Richie, Matthew Friend.
I want to yeet
Ego Nwodum. Like literally, it was just like bring the entire SNL cast onto this movie.
And plus, it wasn't really, because it went straight to Paramount Plus.
Yeah,
it wasn't a cinematic movie. It felt like a TV movie, like a made-for-TV Nickelodeon bullshit. Fuck, man, I'm just so rattled. I'm rattled. I know Good Burger's not a good movie. I gave it 5 stars on Letterboxd because, like, you just got to give Good Burger 5 stars.
You actually only gave it 4 stars
because I changed it.
Oh no, there it's 5 now. Yeah, I see. Your review is 5. Your most recent rating is 4.
Yeah, I changed it. Yeah. Gen Z ruined this for me. Oh
man, Abe Vigoda's in Good Burger?
He is.
I fucking love Abe Vigoda.
See, it's just so good, and it just makes you want to eat a burger. This movie just made me want to punch someone from Gen Z.
Yeah. Oh man, Shaq's in it?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, they did. They redo that fucking scene too. I can't remember who the fucking who the player is, but they redo that scene that they did with Shaq because they're just like, holy shit, it's Shaq, and they're all like running and shit. And they
was it Young Gravy?
Maybe it was Young Gravy. I don't know.
Young Gravy.
Hey man, he has a good song. I got one of his songs on my Spotify.
Who are you?
I don't know. But to wrap up this episode.
Did you know Shaq played a set at TIFF?
Did he?
Yeah.
He's
a DJ now.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
He did a set at TIFF.
Damn.
Wish we went.
I think his DJ name is like Diesel or something like that.
Yeah, Diesel.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyways, but to wrap up this episode's best worst man, fuck Good Burger 2.
All right.
And just watch the first one.
Okay.
Yeah. And if anyone from Gen Z is listening to this, you ruined it. You ruined it. This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah. Yeah, you just cursed an entire generation.
I did. All right.
Because of Good Burger.
Because of Good Burger 2.
And not just because of Good Burger 2, because of the existence of Good Burger 2.
Yes. This episode is going to go down in perpetuity on the internet forever, and it will have me cursing Gen Z.
No take backsies.
There is no take backsies. This is the hill that I'm going to die on.
I'll let our three younger cousins know that you've cursed their entire generation because of Good Burger 2.
Well, you know what, man? You this is why we can't have nice things.
Apparently. Well, we wrapped up that. That's good. That took us forever and a day. I'm glad it's back though. I missed doing that the last time and just jumping straight in. There's something to be said about that. Do you have a spooky movie tonight for us?
I do have some spookiness for us.
Then let's be spooky for a brief minute with Shudder.
Evil lurking deep inside, its darkness knows no limit. So listen closely if you dare. This is the Shudder Minute.
Hit me, baby. Spooky. Jesus. Fuck.
So for this
I thought
iteration,
that was a cough for a second. Now I'm really scared.
For this iteration,
spooky. Jesus Christ,
Dave, I'm looking you in the face. If you do that one more time, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna fucking punch you with the mic.
Hey, this is an auditory medium, homie.
He's waiting for it. I can tell. Anyways, the Shudder Minute brought to you by a film called It's a Wonderful Knife.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
You know what I wanted to do after I watched this movie? Run into a knife.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's basically a play on It's a Wonderful Life, but
you don't say.
You don't say. Exactly. Yeah. It's a play on that, but it's a horror movie. Serial killer comes. Serial killer comes, kills it tries to kill someone. Girl kills serial killer.
Right.
Then, by some sort of mystical magic, a blackout happens, and then she is whipped back in time where, she didn't kill the serial killer and she no longer exists.
Right.
And it's a mash. I would say it's a mash between It's a Wonderful Life and Freaky.
Okay. Yeah.
And it has Dave's favorite scream queen, Justin Long.
I love Justin Long as
wearing the most ridiculous fucking veneers I've ever seen. Joe McHale shows up too, doing Joe McHale. I think he's a horrendous actor and he plays the same damn role and everything.
That's fair.
This movie, it just was not good.
Oh.
The dialogue is cringe. The story beats are like just shit. There's some good kills in it. I really liked the slasher because he has like this white. He's in completely white. He has this white like body armor almost on his face.
Yeah.
Really, really awesome. But other than that, I just could not get behind it.
Oh,
yeah,
that's really unfortunate.
I wanted to like this movie because it's a Christmas movie and
sure.
I just, after watching it, I was just like, you know what? I just want to watch the Christmas movie from last year, and it was called Christmas Bloody Christmas, about the killer Santa robot.
Yeah.
That's the kind of movie I want.
Yeah.
This movie,
Not this.
I had high hopes for it, but like, you know what? Watch It's a Wonderful Life. If you don't want to watch that, watch Freaky, because Freaky's so much fucking better. The producer from Freaky produced this.
Yeah.
And the director actually directed another movie. Dave, you'll remember this movie. It's called Tragedy Girls.
Yes.
That movie was much better than this too. It was
That movie's whack.
It was whack, and this movie had some pretty whack parts in it too. And Justin Long is, Justin Long. But I would say he's the only good part of it.
Dang.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate.
But yeah, that is the Shutter Minute.
Spooky
motherfucker.
Well, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Shall we move on to our main segment before you punch Dave in the face? Yes, Dave. We're waiting on bated breath here.
I just because this episode's coming out on the 8th, I feel like we owe it to the listeners to quickly talk about Poor Things, which is in limited release in the States. You're listening to this on Friday, so limited release in the States as of today, comes out in Toronto and Vancouver next week.
Yeah.
And then it's going wide, I believe, just before Christmas.
Sure.
It's a masterpiece, James.
Yeah, I know. You refused to take me.
I'm sorry.
Did you want to go to the Varsity at 9 in the fucking morning?
I mean, for Yorgos, I would slit my own wrists in a bathtub for him.
If it makes you feel any better, I didn't know I was seeing Yorgos until 2 minutes before I was seeing Yorgos.
So, were you going to see a mystery movie at 9 in the morning?
A mystery movie at 9 in the morning in the Varsity, and that was all I was told.
That's how much Tony like trusts me.
Yeah, I took a big swing.
You took a big swing on that one.
At one for about a good 15 minutes, I thought it was The Color Purple, and I was going to be really upset.
Man, if you were Color Purple at 9 in the morning, Jesus,
I wouldn't do that.
Heavy.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
But it's a masterpiece. It also involves a class struggle.
Huge class struggle.
So basically, it's like kind of a feminist take on Frankenstein, as only Yorgos could do.
Absolutely.
And he has some fisheye lenses, and just
lots of fisheye.
Yes,
it's very, very artsy, very, very sexual. The
Gen Z will definitely not like it.
The Gen Z gang on Twitter who are begging them not to have sex scenes in movies anymore. They're just gonna have their heads explode with all kinds of nasty sex that Emma Stone has, but she is positively fearless and ferocious in this movie.
Amazing.
She is so fucking good.
Amazing.
And just like, she has never been this good in any movie. You just watch, she just walks onto the screen and she's like, "I'm Bella Baxter," and you just hold on everything she does, and like, she's doing some weird shit at certain points, and there's other points when she's acting when just like it's just a tour de force performance, and she just throws everything she has at this thing.
Wow.
And it's so well done. She did The Favorite with Yorgos, right?
Yep.
I just think it's just such a great pairing of director and fucking actor, and just like you can tell that Yorgos is like, "Hey, I need you to do this," and she's like, "Cool," and she just jumps right into
some of the shit that comes out of her mouth. You're just so flabbergasted. You're like, "What the fuck did you just say?"
Furious jumping.
Yeah, furious jumping. Yeah,
I don't want to tell you what furious jumping is, but you'll find out.
But you'll find out, and you will not stop using furious jumping.
And just
Mark Ruffalo, man.
Ruffalo is so good in it.
So good.
Fucking Willem Dafoe is fucking wild in it.
Yeah.
You know, there's just points when he's just, because he's kind of weird, and just kind of he can't quite, I guess he can't really absorb or like swallow things properly, so he just blows out bubbles.
Yeah.
Huh.
And it's just weird. It's a fucking weird movie, James.
Fucking Yorgos.
You sit there and you're like, okay, yeah, it's a Yorgos movie. I get it. It's just like there's so much beauty in the production design in this thing, and like it's like very steampunky at certain points, and just
It'll give you BioShock vibes.
Like it's because the first I would say the first 30, 40 minutes is in black and white.
Yeah.
And then it's just like a smash of color.
Wow.
And it's vivid. And it's 2 hours.
Very, very vibrant.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours and 20 minutes, which is a little too long because something happens at the end and you're just like, did we really need this? But it's based on a book, so you can't blame them.
Sure.
And just like, I couldn't take my eyes off this thing. I loved everything. And I just had a smile on my face for so much of this movie. And I was just laughing and just like vibing with it. But you got to be into Yorgos. If you're not into Yorgos, you might not like it, but it's a masterpiece. There's no other word for this movie. Masterpiece.
Amazing.
It's one of the best movies of the year. I need to give some more shout outs. Rami Youssef, amazing. Jared Carmichael is a narcissistic fucking, he's a wild man. The shit that he says is wild too. And fucking Margaret Qualley shows up. Chris Abbott shows up. It's just fucking
wow.
Me and Tony saw this movie a month ago and I haven't stopped thinking about this thing. It's so well done. And I can't wait to watch it again. And like, just Emma Stone blew me the fuck away.
Amazing.
I want to show it to all my friends.
She's
Seriously.
so fucking good in this.
Amazing.
Because it's like that classic take on Frankenstein, but it's like it's very feministic and like very like feminism and like
but not quite.
But not quite. But it's just through the female eyes, and it's the female take on Frankenstein
and kind of white male fragility.
Yeah. Exactly.
And just and sexual autonomy, and just like bodily autonomy, and just
body positivity, and like sex positive, very sex positive.
But it's not. You need to remember that it's science fiction.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, because I don't know if you know who Grace Randolph is. She's going off on this movie on Twitter.
Of course I know.
It's because she doesn't understand that it's science fiction. She doesn't get science fiction. She doesn't get horror, and she always gives them bad marks. It's because she doesn't get it.
Yeah.
She doesn't fucking get it.
I will say, I got to tell you, Dave, my life has been much happier since I deleted Twitter and don't ever see a Grace Randolph tweet in my life.
Yeah. Maybe I should
She can die a fiery death as far as I'm concerned. At least her critiques can.
Her critiques can.
She's god awful.
Critiques
But going back to Poor Things, it's fucking phenomenal. The overall message and what it says just speaks volumes. This is Yorgos at his very best. I would still hold Sacred of Killing Deer over this, but that's just because I fucking love that. And again, fucking creepy fucking Barry Keoghan. But this movie is fucking phenomenal and you definitely need to seek it out.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I was honestly what you were saying, and I'm like, maybe I'll watch, maybe I'll do a little
Yorgos
marathon and rewatch. Cause it's been a while since I've seen The Lobster.
I've never seen Dogtooth or Alps.
Yeah, I want to see those two for sure. Yeah.
I always wanted to see both.
And
of
I will
those.
rewatch because I think I have it somewhere, or I found it online or something. His short film Nimic.
Oh yeah, we saw.
I want to see that again. Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, it's
nice.
great.
It's great.
And like he already has his next movie in the can already, and it has Emma Stone and fucking Willem Dafoe again.
Of course.
I'm just, oh my god, James, I can't.
He's such a unique filmmaker and writer.
Yeah.
And
like he did, like it's Tony McNamara adapted the screenplay, and just the way they work together, and just they're just on the same fucking weird wavelength.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, this isn't how humans talk, Yorgos.
That's how humans talk to Yorgos.
This isn't what humanity looks like. Okay, but just, oh my god, it's the trailers are such a tease for this movie, because just like once
it just scratches the surface.
Once you get in deep, you're just like, holy Jesus.
Yeah.
This is fucking weird and fucking wild.
I'm very excited.
And yeah, you should be. I'm hyping this thing up and it deserves it.
Nice.
I loved it.
Nice.
And yeah, it comes at limited release. You need to see it.
Okay. And I will. Since you guys took it a month in advance.
Sorry, buddy.
Just the worst.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know that I was going to see it.
I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at him.
Okay, cool. Just
The last,
as
the
long
last
as I'm
blessing,
absolved.
it's been a long time since Dave's blessed me with a screening.
I tried to invite you to one next week, and you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a week away. I can't figure that out yet, but
Fine.
It's been a while since Top Gun Maverick.
It was a good one. That was the one to end all fucking screenings. But,
yeah.
Tony, I appreciate that you just trusted me blindly.
Yes.
And this motherfucker.
Yeah.
It takes us like an hour and a half to get there, to drive there. Maybe
I literally
hours.
called every fucking movie that was coming out in December except that one.
He just keeps guessing everything. Is it this? Well, maybe. Is it this? Is it this? Never once Poor Things. We get upstairs to go sign in. There's a giant fucking poster for Poor Things, and we're like passing it. And Tony's like, "Are we seeing the new Yorgos movie? Are we seeing Yorgos?" And then
Amazing.
Tony sat down, and I was like, "We're seeing Yorgos." And Tony might have died. Tony might have died for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And then he was resurrected.
Yes.
But
But
Yorgos movie was fucking incredible.
Amazing.
And literally the entirety of the Toronto film critic community was at that screening.
Amazing.
I haven't been to a screening that packed in a long time.
It was like we just ran into all our old friends from TIFF.
Oh, amazing.
We're like, hey,
this guy. Amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, enough about that.
Yeah.
Main
Make
event.
segment time.
Main event, since we just keep talking about gross shit tonight, what better movie to jump into than May December?
Oh my God.
Did you guys know what this movie was about before you saw it?
I didn't even know it was inspired by a true story. I thought it
You
was
don't know
just
who Mary
fiction.
Kay Letourneau is?
Yeah, no,
Man.
can't say I do.
Man.
Yeah.
Someone was like, before I watched the movie, I was telling them I was watching the movie. They're like, "Oh yeah, that girl went to jail, right?" And I was like, "No, I don't think she did."
Oh, she did.
Yeah,
Oh, she did.
Yeah,
she did.
Dave, again, I'm gonna reiterate. I did not know this was inspired by a true story.
My boy Justin Waldman didn't know anything about this movie.
Yeah.
And he sent me a text about 30 minutes in. And he's like, "This is what it's about."
It's insane.
So if you don't know what this movie is about, it's about an actress played by Natalie Portman,
Yes.
who is researching a role that she's doing for an independent film, and it is based on a tabloid story from the 90s where a 36-year-old woman sleeps with a 7th grader and they have babies, and she gets arrested, and when she gets out they get married and they raise said kids. So she wants to kind of get to the heart of the story, and not everything is the way it seems, and it's super dramatic, and it's definitely cringy Lifetime bullshit at some points, and just like, James, tell me more about what you thought of May December.
I mean, they lean into some of it. Like, the first thing that like threw me for a loop right away was like the over the top score.
Oh yeah,
that felt like a fucking 90s telenovela soap opera, like Days of Our Lives fucking levels of melodrama.
And like every like, it wasn't so much episodic as much as it was like specific scenes.
Yeah.
And just like it would build up, and there would be like a big reveal at the end.
Yeah. And I mean, it was the most extreme example of, I mean, that thing is like the most extreme example of a May December relationship. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't think you can get much more May December than that. I don't know how I feel about this movie in a lot of ways. Based on the way that it's done and shot and scored, it just kind of throws you all over the place for like.
It does. It's dramatic,
its
and then it's campy, and then it's hilarious, and then it's super schmaltzy, and then it's dramatic.
Yeah.
It's definitely like a fucking whirlwind, and there were certain points when I was just like, "What the fuck?
I don't know what I'm supposed to feel right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
am I
it
supposed
really
to be
is.
laughing?
Yeah. I'm laughing, but I don't think I should be laughing right now.
Is this ha funny or just kind of funny? I'm not sure.
Should I be crying or should I be
Seems
disgusted with myself?
weird.
Yeah.
Because it tries to normalize it at the same time as it's like, this is fucking weird,
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I said that out loud multiple times, being like, this is fucking weird.
And like, it's very good at making you feel weird the entire time. Like,
it's definitely an uncomfortable experience. It's an uncomfortable, like, heebie-jeebies
uncomfortable
experience.
Like he just lets it happen, and you're just kind of like, oh, okay. I mean,
first time screenwriter too, like amazing. Like
really?
I don't,
damn,
like just like holy shit. And I'm not big on Todd Haynes. Are you big on Todd Haynes?
Well, for the longest time, I thought Todd Haynes directed The Little Children, so definitely getting them mixed up. I'm fairly certain this is the only movie I've seen from Todd Haynes. I do want to see Carol. Hopefully Carol is not.
You've never seen Carol?
It's a Christmas movie, so I'm going to sneak it in.
Tony, you owe it to yourself to watch Carol.
Yeah,
I should watch Carol too, to be honest.
You've seen it, haven't you?
Maybe I have. I don't know. I'm blanking on it.
Kate Blanchett and Rooney Mara in like the 50s, lesbians.
Oh,
Kyle Chandler's in it too.
It's been so long. Yeah.
Alyssa was so mad I took her to see that movie.
You took Alyssa to see that?
Yeah.
Dave. God damn, what were you thinking?
You haven't seen it yet, but there's like a big emotional bit at the very end of the movie, like before it slams to credits.
Oh, I've seen the scene.
And the lights in the Varsity went up as it's happening.
Oh, fuck.
They timed it wrong.
Oh, no.
And I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And everybody who saw it at the Varsity or who saw it in Toronto knows exactly what I'm talking about. It just, the lights came up 10 seconds too early. So it takes you completely out of the movie.
Oh, that sucks.
Did you complain? Did you get a free ticket?
No, I didn't. I didn't complain about that one. But yeah, Alyssa was angry.
I bet. I bet.
Yeah.
She was angry.
Yeah. Anyway, back to May, December.
Produced by Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I need to get the screenwriter's name, but you guys keep talking.
Yeah, I wanted to talk.
Sammy Birch. That's her name. Sammy Birch.
I wanted to talk about Charles Melton.
Right? Charles Melton.
Who plays Joe?
The pretty boy from fucking Riverdale.
Yeah, pretty boy from Riverdale.
I didn't know he had it in him.
Holy, like, first of all, I mean, this entire thing is about a boy who was groomed into a relationship when he was in grade 7. And like, for a guy as big as Charles is, like, physically, like, he's just a large man who's like very shredded, I guess. He
gained weight for this.
Yeah,
because
he almost lost the role because he was too shredded.
Yeah,
like he's not so.
He gained. Yeah, he put a little pudger back on him. Yeah, sure, but still, he's still like he looks like a big normal sort of 36-year-old adult.
Yeah,
but the way that he plays this character is incredible. Like, playing him as basically like this stunted, still kind of in grade 7, not quite sure of himself, like doesn't really, like, completely groomed, manipulated and everything by Gracie. And like, it's incredible to watch. Like, he's playing against and acting against Natalie Portman and Julianne Moore, two
top
like heavyweights,
and he is just crushing the role. Like, he's
so good.
Incredible.
Like, I wasn't thinking too much of him at first because they don't really lean into him until partway into the movie.
Yeah.
Like, other than, I don't think we have too many hot dogs.
Yeah. Mr. Hot Dogs.
Or I don't think we have enough hot dogs.
Yeah.
And just the scene with him and his son on the roof.
Yeah.
Like, that one was just.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one hit.
Yeah,
hit hard.
Is that the one you were talking about to me about being a father type thing? Yeah, that one hit hard. And then later, what he's facing off against Julianne Moore, and it's just head on head with her, and it's just like, wow.
Yeah,
like Tony said, I didn't think he had it in him.
Yeah,
but even the scene, with Natalie Portman, where he's just like, wow, and she was just like, that's just what adults do.
Oh yeah,
and like
he gets all upset, and
just
she's
like
just
the
like,
look of look of confusion on his face. Like he's just like, what the fuck just happened?
Just fully coming into terms with the fact that like he has absolutely no idea what the hell he's doing.
He has no idea what he's doing, and he's in a world that he does not know. And he's like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah. Even like, even the scene where he goes over to see his dad, and they're just kind of sitting on the balcony, and it's just like it's so uncomfortably awkward.
Yeah.
And like he just doesn't know what to do, and then he just randomly starts smoking a cigarette for some reason. But he just doesn't know what to do with himself or how to act, and he's still basically a child.
Yeah.
Like he never grew up.
Yeah.
And then I'll even bring out we're talking about scenes, and then the scene at the end when he's seeing his kids graduate, and just like him crying, because he's realizing that like they're gonna have the life that he didn't.
Yeah.
And it's just that everything is coming full circle, and it's that realization, it's the pain on his face.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And the entire time Julianne Moore is just saying some of the most fucking vile shit to her kids, and like
she's just very quietly menacing in the movie.
Quietly menacing and quietly manipulative still.
But she's so vicious.
And she's vicious,
Vicious, man.
But she's saying it with a smile, and like she's very subdued in this movie. Like she's not like the showy part of the movie, but just like you're like, oh yeah, I'm watching fucking Julianne Moore run the fucking plays, and her and Haynes have done multiple movies together. So like, yeah, she might be the background player type thing, like taking a backseat to Melton and Portman, but like.
She's still fucking giving it everything.
She's still giving it everything.
It's a movie it's a movie about a lot of things though. Like it's dealing with family in a way, and the dynamics between families when there was that whole that restaurant scene.
I'm glad I didn't see this movie in theaters because I had to pause there because I was dry heaving.
Yeah.
I was dry heaving. I was like, oh no.
It was the most uncomfortable thing I've watched. And like, so it's dealing with family dynamics, it's dealing with grooming, it's dealing with someone who's completely fucked up, it's dealing with true crime, it's dealing with
loss of innocence,
it's dealing with exploitation of events, it's dealing with tabloids, it's dealing with the Hollywood churning cinema of creating content and people coming in like taking from someone else's pain and trauma to use to make money off of.
Which is ironic because it's a Netflix movie.
On top of all of that, and 78,000 fucking film production things on this one. This one felt like there's that reel that always goes around with Family Guy where it's like you can't tell when the movie's starting because there's so many goddamn production logos. Yeah. This was one of those. There was like 17 production companies on this? Like, Jesus Christ. Anyway.
That said, Netflix bought it.
Yes.
So it was already done. It premiered at Cannes and then they bought it.
Yeah. But it had a lot to say about a lot of different things, and it wasn't as direct about everything that it was saying, but you felt it the entire time.
Yeah.
It wasn't maybe beating you over the head with it, but you felt it.
Yeah, I needed to take a minute after I watched it, and like I wasn't quite as appreciating it as much as I wanted to. And now that we're talking about
even
it, I appreciate
the ending
it more. Yeah, the ending is
fucking whack.
Holy shit.
We haven't even talked about Portman. Like Portman. I've been saying this for a few weeks now, but like Portman is an amazing actress.
Yeah,
and she's had the kids now, and she kind of doesn't do nearly as much as she used to. But like every time she shows up, she's electric. You can't take your eyes off her. And then she has that monologue scene, which it's just kind of in the movie. It doesn't really have a play. Like it doesn't really make sense. It's just there.
Yeah.
But you're just sitting there and you're just hanging on everything because you're seeing it in her face. Yeah. But she's just reading a monologue.
Yeah,
but it's all in her face.
Yes. But when she's tweaking the voice, right, and like she's getting her voice like really like on the same, trying to get that Julianne, the cadence, the
lispy,
the lisp, right, and you can see it, and it's just so
how she's developing the character.
Yeah, and it's just unfolding in front of you, and you're just like, holy fucking shit, this is insane.
Yeah,
and there's so many other scenes where Portman is just fucking on another level.
And there's a whole bunch of shit going on with her character too. There's like an entire affair going on in her world that is kind of irrelevant, I guess. But
yeah, it's just kind of there. Like there's a couple of like little breadcrumbs where they're just kind of there.
Yeah,
and you're kind of like, all right, well, I guess that's why she wants to fuck
everybody's kind of
everything that
fucked up.
moves.
Yeah, everybody's a little bit fucked up.
And like that one, and like how she's so method that she goes to the back stock room and she's like pretending to have sex. Yeah. I was just like, that's diabolical.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
like
I had to pause at that, and I was just like, okay, this is getting a little much.
But I love with all of that, then you get to the ending where they're filming the first or a scene from the movie.
Oh, and she's doing this fucking thing over and over again.
But it's all completely different anyway. It looks like really like schlocky. There's also that moment where they're watching, I guess, like a direct-to-TV version.
Yeah.
Like Gracie's watching a direct-to-TV version of her relationship that looks almost like a fucking weird porn. Yeah, but it's just like, what the like, that's kind of that whole comment on like, you know, exploitation of events and things. It just has multiple layers, so many things, and there's just a lot going on that's not quite surface level. Like I feel like a lot of the movies we talk about are very surface level, aren't very like deep. Yeah, like you get the message. But like this one, I feel like there's a lot going on, and it's a movie that's going to benefit from watching it more than once. Even though, like, I don't want to watch it again.
No,
like,
I have no interest in watching it again.
Like, I'm getting like the heebie-jeebies talking about it. It's so fucking unsettling. Yeah, and so uncomfortable. But, like, I want to watch it again because, like, I just feel like these multiple levels work better when you know how it plays out. Yeah, this movie's an onion. It's got layers, Holmes. It's got layers,
definitely. Wanted to ask
like
you,
an ogre.
Who was Melton texting during the movie?
He was texting a friend. He was texting the girl that left the butterfly cage with him.
Yeah, he mentions that he's in like a Facebook group with the whole butterfly thing.
And there's this one girl that he like talks to a lot, and like she went on like at one point he has 2 cages of butterflies. That's when Natalie Portman's like I don't remember her actor's name right now. Elizabeth, yeah. When Elizabeth helps him carry the 2 cages of monarch butterflies, one of the butterfly cages is his friend's. Yeah. And then when he's texting, that's who he's texting. And then at the one point he's like, hey, we should go to Mexico together. And that's where she's like, aren't you married? Like, yeah.
But like his loss of his innocence and just like, yeah.
In that moment, because I'm sure the way that it was implied, I think, and the way that like he was messaging her wasn't in a
sexual way.
It was like we're friends. We'll go to Mexico and
we should do this because there's butterflies and shit.
And she's like on a completely different level, and it's just like another
because
example.
She's not stunted.
Because it's another example of how fucked up he is.
How he doesn't understand what's
social
going on.
Cues.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because he didn't grow up. He's
exactly. He's
to
still
everyone.
In grade 7.
He's still in grade 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he looks like, I know he's older than the kids.
Yeah.
But he looks young enough to be like their friend.
And acts like it too. Like even when they're talking and stuff like that, it's just like it doesn't feel like a father-child relationship at all.
Yeah, it felt weird. Even when he was talking to them and interacting with them and stuff, it's just like, you're like,
it was just such weird things too. It's like, we're gonna go to the graduation, then he's gonna come back and get you.
It's it's just it's a very strange film and very weird and very unsettling, but it's so well done, so well shot, so well acted, so well written, and just by the time it slams to credits, I felt like I got fucking hit by a bus.
Yeah. It was just a lot.
It's a lot. And as we were saying, like Portman and Moore, obviously aces, but like Melton, holy shit, what a performance.
Insanely good.
What a performance.
Yeah.
And like, I appreciate, like, I know it's on Netflix, it's going to get buried and stuff, but I hope it doesn't. I hope people seek it out. I hope people watch it, knowing full well that it's kind of gross.
Yeah.
Well, it was all over fucking X on last weekend. Like you couldn't fucking you could not scroll without seeing a meme or seeing somebody's reaction to this fucking movie.
There's been other movies that have come out, and even still, like the first movie poster you see on Letterboxd in the not popular with friends, in the popular on Letterboxd is May December.
Yeah.
It's the first one.
Yeah.
That's huge.
I've wanted to see it for quite some time, and I'm glad I finally got to see it. And just hits you like a ton of bricks.
I haven't fully made up my mind sort of what my rating is other than a recommend, because like, yeah, kind of what you were saying too is just like, now that we're talking about it more, everything's changing and kind of feeling different about it, but
which I think is on purpose.
Yeah.
And it's that's what the movie is.
It's so complex, man.
It's supposed to do that. And I know we're saying it like this, but when it I don't know if it even is complex so much as it is just like they're fucking with us.
Probably,
half the movie is.
I just mean it's complex and like there's so many different things going on that like you kind of have to at some point when you sit back and reflect on it all. It's like, look at all the things that we mentioned in like a very short amount of time of like these different things that are all happening within this movie. The core of it is like the sort of the basic level premise of this movie is not that complex, but it's horizontally simple. It's vertically deep. Like it just continually goes down, and you could like, you honestly, you could pick apart any single scene in this movie and sit there and analyze the entire thing. You could write essays on scenes of this movie.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about when Natalie Portman was saying the kids aren't sexy enough.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Can we find
these? Have we gone across the country at these? We need sexier.
It's so fucked up.
Yeah.
It's so fucked up, and you just can't look away.
And also to hear like
which speaks to the whole true crime angle of it.
Yeah, and like to hear like a grown woman, describe a grade 7, a kid who was like 11 years old and be like, we were in love. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
He was in the pet shop. What?
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's icky, it's uncomfortable, it's unsettling, but you can't look away.
You can't look away. You're
stuck with it, and you're
stuck.
And they're so good.
And like literally, like it opens with, I was talking about the score at the beginning. It opens with the score, and I was like, you're not even into the movie yet, and you're just kind of like, what the fuck is this? Like, why is this so over the top? Like this feels so out of place. And then by the end of it, I didn't even notice it anymore. It was so in place of exactly what it was going to be. Like you didn't realize how well it was going to fit into this movie until you're like at the end of it going, oh yeah, no, this is so melodramatic. This score works in so many good ways.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to him getting Oscar nomination. I don't want to talk about. I don't like talking about Oscars before it happens, but like I need this kid to get an Oscar nomination because
I really hope he does.
And I need him to continue on this path.
Yeah,
definitely.
Because I think he just showed something that is within him that I hope other people immediately recognize.
Like Star is fucking born.
Yeah.
So good.
Definitely. Yeah. It's definitely a recommend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
No question.
No caveats, but at least know what you're getting into.
Yeah, definitely know what you're getting into. It's definitely. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites of the year, but it's definitely one of the top, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know how high on my list it's going to rank right now. As I said, like I'm still sitting with it. I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going to put it. How
it still stands fairly high against everything else.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't necessarily say it's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair. But still more recommend.
High recommend for sure. Phenomenal movie, but like know what you're getting involved in. Just and this is inspired by a true story. This shit did happen.
Plan your day around the fact that maybe don't have a shower that morning, then at night watch this movie and then take a shower.
Yeah. I'm fairly certain my Letterboxd review was I need a cold shower and maybe a cigarette.
And maybe a cigarette, yeah.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah.
That would do it. That seems like it sums up. That sums up about all the feelings.
Yeah.
All the feels.
Definitely.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Let's get the heebie-jeebies out. Did we have anything for the end so that we can wrap this almost 2-hour episode up?
You got a new blue for us?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Is it what I'm staring at right now?
It is.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Show and tell, baby.
What did that boy buy? It's Dave's Blue Blues.
You gonna?
So I blind bought Barbarella.
Nice.
the new 4K from Arrow, the new Happy Hand Job edition, as Tony would call it.
Yes, love me some Happy Hand Jobs.
And I ponied up for the original poster art one because obviously, come on.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
come on
that's
now.
legit.
That's some really good art.
Come on now. And just, the poster, the art cards. It actually has like one of the longest books I've ever gotten.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a 120-page book.
Holy shit.
Usually it's only like 60.
Wild.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
But yeah, this thing's
It's got some good essays.
It has a lot of shit going on. And then it has like some publicity material at the back too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, Barbarella takes place in the future, and Jane Fonda, she's tasked with going to find somebody on a distant planet type thing, and every time a gentleman helps her out, she helps them out sexually.
Nice.
And just that's what the movie is.
Sure.
And just very over the top, very like Flash Gordon-y.
Yeah.
Before Flash Gordon. Or like it was like before Flash Gordon the movie. Like it was obviously it's very much like an adult comic book type thing. And like this, like I know we were talking earlier about CGI and special effects, but this thing was made in the 60s, so it's very like some of the spaceship shit looks cheap as shit. But like just what they're able to capture with set design and the costumes and the makeup, it's fucking insane. And it came out in 68, so I think it would be amazing to pair this off with 2001: A Space Odyssey. I think that would be the fucking wildest double bill I will ever do in my life.
Interesting.
Because it's very spacey and just like two very, very different movies.
Right.
But they're kind of similar.
Huh.
Nice.
And it's campy as hell, and the dialogue is dog shit. But you're watching Jane Fonda, and you're like, you're so much better than this girl, and she's running circles around everyone, and she's giving it her all still.
That's awesome.
And she's so fucking good in it. And like the opening scene it's incredible. It's so influential, and like I know it was like the seminal moment for so many young boys in 1968, but seeing it play out in the 4K with all with how they're able to capture color now with restoration work, amazing.
Interesting. That's interesting.
It's not a good movie, but it's
sure.
It's pretty. It's an incredible piece of work, and I'm glad I blind bought it. And it has a whole second disc of just bonus features of just interviews and behind the scenes stuff, and I was looking up. I was honestly just looking up the movie now and seeing who else was in it and everything else, because Marcel.
Yeah, I recognize the poster in so many different ways, but like I was just like, what is this movie? And now I'm very intrigued.
Yeah,
I kind of want to do a triple bill of Barbarella, Flash Gordon, and Conan.
Yeah, that might do it.
Yeah,
throw Logan's Run in there.
And throw Logan's Run.
No, fuck Conan. Let's do Logan's Run.
Logan
Run. It's definitely a must see film, and another banger edition from Arrow.
Nice,
amazing.
I want to see this.
Yeah.
Sign me up. Sign me up.
Sign me up. Yeah,
amazing. But yeah, that's Barbarella, and this was a hell of an episode, and a lot of icky recommendations, a lot of ickiness,
but, a lot of goopy and a lot of class,
ick and goop and uncomfortableness and class stuff, and we're heavy and thematic on this one.
Yeah, this one's a thematic episode. But, I hope you enjoyed it, because I enjoyed recording it when I wasn't coughing.
Yes, well, we all enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But we'll be back in a couple weeks. We're almost done to wrap up the year.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't get Gen Z on us.
Well, you might.
You might.
But we'll wrap up this year. We're going to wrap up season 2.
We're going to be back on a well, one of our new episodes will be on the right day.
Yes, yes. And thank you for bearing with us as we put stuff out randomly on different days. But yeah, you know,
we're just making our own fucking rules.
Life finds a way.
It sure does.
And sometimes, yeah. Also, yeah, fuck all of you. We can do whatever we want. This is our podcast.
Don't talk like that. Don't talk. We love our fans.
We do, but they don't keep us to a schedule. They've never kept us to a schedule.
That's true.
We've never gotten an email saying, "Where's my episode?" on like the second Tuesday.
Yeah.
No, because we've graced them with enough bonus fucking random nonsense episodes that have come out, and we've had to record back to back to back for like 3 weeks in a row. That, you know what, we've earned some time.
Did you figure out who we are yet, Emma? Did you? Did you figure it out?
If there was a lung being hacked, that was Dave, and that cackle was Tony.
Yes.
Big tasty.
Yes.
Big tasty Tony. Thank you, everybody. And back in 2 weeks, and then we'll wrap up this year, and hopefully y'all stick around for season 3, because we want to keep pumping your ear holes with weird ass shit.
Love you all, and talk to you soon.
Bye.